now you'll see what this passion made of me. No disrespect, respectfully, but the maze madman's been set free.
I'm the best there is. Woo! 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 Woo!
Just get those wonderful toys.
Good evening, good people. It is I, the Maze Madman. We are here for a BlueTube live call-in show where you get to call in. You, the caller, get to call in. Speak with your boy. Share your thoughts. Let's parlay, dance around the graves of our rivals, and all the rest of that. We got on, of course, always, we're always ready. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, Michigan picked up another recruit today. I mean, it's another day, another recruit for Michigan at this point, with more expected to come. By the way, tomorrow could be a big day for Michigan. By the way, the 4th of July, other fireworks could be going off other than the ones that you guys are out there risking life and limb with. Other fireworks could be going off for the Wolverines come the 4th of July. In fact, on the 4th of July, I expect other fireworks to be going off for Michigan on the 4th of July. Shout out to everybody in the chat. Let's go down the list. I'm going to run you guys down really quickly. My guy, Mike Legend, is here. Shout out to that. Woo! Lich Max, of course, is here. Taves the Kane, got to play some Call of Duty with him last night. Shout out to Taves. My guy DK all day, of course, is here. And what he has to say is true. Go Blue. Chat, it's free. Hit the like button. Share this with your friends on social media. By the way, my mods, you know the rule. If you're a mod of this channel, I expect that you have already shared this link. If not, what you modding for? Anyway, Richie Dubs is here. Gotta have Buckeyes. You know, it wouldn't be right. Shout out to Richie. Dexter Green, my guy, Dexter Green. I appreciate you, sir. Who else we got in here? I think I might have run you all down. Mike Anderson, Key, Sherrod. Shout out to all of these guys. I see some new names in here. Shout out to y'all. By the way, I got to stop for a second and give my appreciation to all of you, right? Because the Maze Madman channel just hit a milestone recently, overnight, actually, of 7,000 subscribers. So thank you to each and every one of you who made this possible. And, you know, we've had some people that expressed their gratitude, but I need to express my gratitude to all of y'all. I started doing this show in my garage with horrible sound and stuff like that. A microphone that I picked up from the Mickey Mouse Mart. And it was you guys that told me, like, yo, I like you, but you sound like trash. And we upgraded, you know, slowly and but surely through over the years, over those months. And now we are here, 7,000 subscribers. Also, let me take this time, as you see my guy, the Maniac, has joined me. Let me take this time to thank him personally for what he's contributed to the channel, the flavor he brings to the channel. Let me thank you for that. Anybody else that's contributed to the channel, Kinetic, of course, has contributed to the channel in his own right. By the way, we'll get that GoFundMe up here shortly. Lich Max, also a huge contributor to the channel. I want to thank all of you guys for making this possible. Okay, enough of that. Shout out to Dub Q. He's also here. How you feeling, man?
Bro, I'm feeling like a happy Wolverine fan, man. You know, again, we were being, I know I'm beating the dead horse here, but we were being laughed at. We were being ridiculed. What's wrong with your recruiting? Your recruiting's not looking good. Right now, we the hottest team in America. Hottest team in America right now. And we're not, And we're not just getting anybody. We getting dogs, elite, top end talent.
Right.
And it's just amazing to see, man, that we know that if Michigan could consistently recruit at this level, there's no telling, what this program will be for years to come. And I'm telling you, we will win multiple natties. I'm keeping it real. Of course, not every year. You can't win it every year, but it won't take us 10 years to win the natty with top 3 classes every year. Just saying.
Shout out to the Buckeyes. It's funny you guys bring this up. You getting tired of our prosperity. That's crazy. All right. Also, I remember now, granted, the Buckeyes aren't necessarily suffering in recruiting. As you see right here, they're ranked 5th in the nation, still ahead of Michigan for the time being in recruiting, and may even finish ahead of Michigan when it's all said and done. But I remember these guys talk about last year coming off the Natty when recruiting was kind of slow for Michigan. And they're saying, oh, is this how you recruit coming off a national championship?
Yeah.
And all of that. Obviously, Michigan did finish strong, finish with a top 10 recruiting class. But, we don't forget. We don't forget over here. And we will be here when it's all said and done.
Yes. I just want to, first of all, shout to Richie. I see Richie. He's like, oh, Maniac. We never said we don't care about recruits, Richie. You guys used to always brag about your recruiting. And we like, yo, we've been cooking with 3 stars. And we've been developing them. That's what we've been talking about. But now that we getting these dogs, this elite talent, bro, if 3 stars been putting y'all in the headlock, these high 4 or 5 stars are going to be clotheslining y'all. Jeremiah Smith, Papa, I'm sorry, man. You could say what you want. And I respect it, though. First of all, I know this is going to sound weird coming from a Michigan fan, especially me. I respect Jeremiah Smith for what he said. You know why? Because that's what you should say. You should feel like that. Because there's nobody on either team that wants to lose, period. Especially not to their rival. So he's going to talk his shit. I respect it. I'm not mad at all. See, that's the difference between most of us Michigan fans. When Bryce says something, y'all was, who is he? What? Bro, it's a rivalry. I'm not, shout to Jeremiah Smith for that. He's going to lose, but shout to him nonetheless.
No doubt. Shout out to we just got Lich Max joined up. We got my guy Dub Q, and of course everybody's recruiting fave, the recruiting maven, my guy Jew. What's good?
What's good? What's the word?
We chilling, man. Did y'all see, first of all, before we because we're gonna spin the block back on the recruiting really quickly, but y'all saw this, right? Jeremiah Smith says, he won't be losing to Michigan again during his time at the other state. And he said the next 2 years, by the way, which gives you all that you need to know. Yeah. Right. But what y'all think about that? Chat, let us know. Maniac, you've already expressed yourself.
Yeah.
He should. These are the things he should say. I'm not mad at it either. Lich Max, what are your thoughts?
My thoughts are, I don't think English is not working with me. Give me a second. With the way that our line is looking at least this year, and the way that it's turning out for the 2026, I don't think he's talking in realism at this point. I mean, we have a really good, decent base of an offensive line to protect Bryce. We have a really good base coming in for 2026, and leftovers from this year's class, or not necessarily this year's class, but the people playing on this year's team that are going to be back for 2026.
Right.
So I mean, I don't think he's accurate in his assumption that he's going to be able to, that Ohio State's going to be able to beat us out for the next 2 years. I think it's just wishful thinking, and I commend him for his. I will say I do commend him for one thing in particular, and that is his what's the word for it? Confidence in his team to be able to stand up to what Michigan is right now.
No doubt. Before anybody, I do want to point out over at least from my time watching this rivalry, even before the 2000s, I'm that old. Um, it was never really about you. You can have the best team and lose this game, right?
Yeah.
So we got to keep that in mind too. But West Quad, what's your thoughts?
Erroneous on all counts. Bro,
Right.
no, I'm not. Look, I'm not gonna hold you, bro. I feel like that momentum train has definitely it's turned, bro. Like
Right.
he gonna have to show me,
Right.
like at this point, because there's no reason for me to believe otherwise. Especially after last year. If you couldn't get it done last year,
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah, I know. Last year was rough. 21-point favorites, I believe.
Bro.
Yeah.
Crazy.
I was just trying to be nice to them. They've had a hard time lately.
Drew, what are your thoughts, man?
Really ain't got much to say on that. It's just bulletin board material.
Absolutely.
Go ahead.
Absolutely.
Hey, all I know is our soon-to-be superstar. He says that shit before he touches the field.
Let's go. Ever, by the way, ever.
I mean, and not to mention the other recruits that we have coming in all said the same thing.
Yeah. And it's gonna be that's gonna go both ways, right?
Right.
I believe Jackie Sawyer mentioned that when he got recruited, we never gonna lose to them guys over there. And that's fine. Like, you can't be mad at these recruits for saying stuff like that. I don't. I love that. I really do. But it just looks bad when you don't win. So, like, for example, this is what I could see, gentlemen, this November. I could see Michigan winning 5 in a row, but Jeremiah Smith might kind of get off in the game. He might have like a $105, maybe 2 touchdowns, but they still lose. But at least he did his thing, though. He can't be a defensive tackle neither in the corner. No. I don't want to hear that. I don't care if he loses, it's a wrap. You can't do that. I remember, and like I said, the last 2 players on either side of the rivalry to guarantee a win, it didn't play well for them. Teron Higdon going in the 2018 game, they asked him, "So you guarantee y'all gonna win?" He said, "Yeah." That was 62 points.
We got Locker. Yeah.
And then Denzel Burke in 23, he said he guaranteed he's gonna win. This is for the state of Ohio. He proceeds to get cooked by Roman Wilson on the touchdown, and then he goes crying, just typical Buckeye fashion, because he thought he took the ball.
Right. No doubt.
I mean, that's one thing they've always been good at is claiming that they're going to win. And now, like a couple years, like they've had some I think last year was the best example of where like they had favor on their side to where like everyone was saying there's no way Michigan is going to pull that win out. There's no way. Not with the team we had last year. But look what we did. We came into that team. We played our hearts out. We left it all on the field, and we left them at 3 points under us. We came out with the victory, 13-10.
No doubt.
All thanks, and I would like to put a lot of that on thanks to our kicker, Darth Savada. He did an amazing job in that game, especially with the pressure he was under.
He's the best kicker in the country, in
Hands
the world.
down. What's crazy is, in only 1 season at Michigan, he's already our all-time leader of hitting 50-plus field goals, 7. He's number 1, and he's by 3. I think it's Moody and what was my man Nordine? They both tied second with 4. And he only played 1 season, and he hit 7, 50 or better.
Crazy. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get to what we came here for. All right. Today, Michigan picked up yet another elite 4-star recruit in Julian Walker, 6'6". I mean, the film speaks for itself. It's been playing in the background here. Absolute monster. And to boot, this guy's father is on the staff at South Carolina, where he lives, of course, in Michigan, able to pull him away from an SEC school. By the way, completing that famous picture you guys saw of those 4 linemen, those 4 defensive linemen That picture is now complete as Michigan added the final Infinity Stone to the gauntlet. Let's talk about it. Let's start with Drew. What's your thoughts?
This is actually a really big time pickup, especially since Mikael Blaze coming off an ACL injury last season.
Mm-hmm.
You know, this was looked at to me as a little bit of insurance. You know, Mikael Blade before injury was he was damn good. Don't know what he's gonna be senior year. Hope he bounces back. But not only that, you know, huge pull. You know, like you said, his pops, his strength and conditioning coach, he already said he ain't seen nothing like what Michigan has brought on and off the field. Even more than that, he plays in the state of South Carolina. That is, he plays for the best team in South Carolina.
Mm-hmm.
And he's playing comp. So I mean, just enormous pickup. You know, now we have 3'6" kids in that room. Well, will be 3'6" kids in Edepe, Carter Meadows, and now him. So it's just can't say enough about Lou. He's top 3 recruiter in the nation now. Yep. Massive pickup, and we might not be done.
Crazy to think that the defensive line might not be done. Speaking of not being done, I mean, are we talking Deuce Gerald's, Drew?
We are talking big boy Deuce.
That would be, by the way, that would be super insane. That would have to be one of the greatest defensive line classes of all time, and I don't care what program it is. It would be up there for sure. West Quad, what are your thoughts on Julian Walker?
Bro, I'm gonna be perfectly honest. When I saw that picture, I was thinking, 3 out of 4 wouldn't be bad. Like I was, 2 out of 4 wouldn't be bad. Like realistically, I didn't know we could get it done. I was proven wrong. Lou Esposito, bro, hey,
different.
He's up. He's one of those guys. He can get him in.
He's different.
I mean, this is just look, and this is just right now. Like, who's to say they can't rise their senior year and be, what I'm saying, a couple of end up 5 stars.
Right, no doubt.
Definitely looking at that for Carter Meadows, without a doubt.
Johnny, you damn right.
Shout out to Johnny. Got the shades on, full of that Henny, he says. Hey,
beautiful day, man.
By the way, my aunt watches the show, ladies and gentlemen, and she was not happy with Triple M After Dark yesterday.
Yeah, that was so.
Shout out to Aunt Tiny. Yeah, man.
Shout to Auntie.
I apologize, TT.
Shout to the Auntie. Tell her we didn't mean it.
It's all good.
Good. We just had to let it out the system.
Absolutely. Anyway, though, Julian Walker, man, 6'6", 252 pounds right now. This dude is going into his senior season as a high school football player.
That's
6'6",
crazy.
250 right now. You saw the film, absolutely dominant. Lich Max, what are your thoughts on Julian Walker?
I think it's a great pickup, especially since we're taking him from North Carolina over there. I think it's crazy to think that like he has family on the staff, and we were still able to persuade him to come to Michigan instead. And I mean, in the long run, he's gonna be an excellent addition to our defensive line. It's gonna make us get our title back as having one of the best defenses in the country. Mm-hmm. I mean, we held that for a while, and then it kind of fell off for a bit there. And I think now we're right on our way. If we don't have it back by this season, we're definitely going to have it back by 26 with the group we got coming in. We got a lot of monsters coming in for this next season.
Yeah, no, I think that when we talk about this year's defensive line, Lich Max, this is probably 10, 11 deep this season, the D line we have. And plus, you got to remember, now that the playoffs is expanded, you have to use your bench. You can't be rotating 7 guys. Hey, that's not gonna work, bro. I mean, if you're not a playoff team, if you these Purdue's and Northwesterns, then it don't matter. But if you're a legitimate team that can make legitimate runs every year, you better have that, man. Especially on the defensive side, because if not, you're gonna be cooked. It'll catch up to you late in the season. I promise you that.
Yeah, and I think this this new playoff format is definitely going to change a lot of teams' recruiting strategies for those who are playoff caliber teams, because they're not going to be able to just recruit the bare minimum and then try to work off of that. They're going to have to actually play their bench, like you said, and get deep into their depth chart when it comes to the playoff time.
And to add off of that, we 100% need it. I mean, these big classes that he's taking, we're losing 6 seniors on that defensive line after this year, so we're gonna need it.
Yep. Shout out to Troy. He says he's with you, Maniac. What was he supposed to say? That being said, as long as the refs don't allow him to run over DBs on his routes, we should be fine. Shout out to that. John Diadamo is here, ladies and gentlemen. He said they got a 3-star. I think he's responding to Tarver there, but be sure to check out John later tonight, right? John, y'all coming on. John and TJ over Michigan Voice of College Football. Check them out. Also, this one was good. Brandon Hillman gives me Marcus Ray vibes.
I'm glad. They brought up who was that brought up Brandon Hillman?
That was Encrypted Dreadlocks.
Encrypted Dreadlocks, man. Shout to you. So we met Brandon Hillman's mother at the spring game right in front of the Airbnb. Sweet lady, man. She's super cool. She was with his daughter, right? That was his daughter.
Yeah, beautiful daughter.
Yeah, beautiful little girl. Listen, I said, damn, bro, you used to put your son in timeout all the time because this dude is violent, And she was laughing. And I'm gonna tell you something, man. As long as Hillman gets better, he can learn the position better, play a little bit more under control, but still have that tenacity.
Yeah,
bro, he's going to be the Mike Tyson of the Big Ten, bro. Because once he hits you, he's putting you out. You're not going to survive a hit from Hillman. And now Jeremiah doing this. Oh, he going to be looking for him on the block on November. He'll be like, yo, where number 4 at? Where number 4 at? And you don't want Hillman hitting you, bro. I'm telling you, again, I'm not saying I want him to hurt Jeremiah Smith. I'm not on that time. But I do want him to punch him in the mouth. Clean. Let him get up. I don't want him hurt neither. I don't want none of that. I don't wish that on no players. But just listen, you don't do that over here, Papa.
No doubt.
Smith say he's up to 225.
Jeremiah Smith?
Yeah.
It's a big boy.
Yeah, he is. I thought he was 225. What was he last year?
Yeah.
He said he was 205 when he got to Ohio State.
Oh, hell nah. He was big as hell last year.
Yeah, he looked like about 220.
By the way, they say the Chris Henry kid, 6'6", 225, or trying to get there, something like that.
Yeah.
Crazy.
No, he's going to be that Chris Henry Jr. He's going to be a stud too. I mean, listen, at the end of the day, and this is why I'm also glad with our secondary. Like, we get in the right guys to deal with those kind of receivers, because we got to see that you're dealing with 3 first-round picks every play when they throw the ball. That's pretty much what it is when you play OSU. So if you ain't got dogs in that secondary and dudes that's athletic, you're going to get cooked. But what helps the secondary, gentlemen? Your defensive line. And Michigan is getting an elite one.
That's a fact. Shout out to Keller06. He says the cesspool in Columbus proves that talent isn't everything. How would a culture stay intact as we stack top 10 classes year after year? It's a good question. And thank you for the $4.99 super chat, Keller. I think that's the coaches and those seniors and juniors in the room, right? Your upperclassmen and the coaches got to keep that culture and still keep that vibe going. And I think they will, man. From everything that we've heard, we talked to last night. We after we promised you he would be on, he actually did come on.
He did.
And Jamar Browder, and he talked about that, right? The vibe with Ron Bellamy and even Coach Moore, how they have some leeway. They'll joke around, but they lock in when it's time to lock in, and they're instilling that in the players. So I think the culture will be all right.
This Michigan, what Michigan is doing in recruiting last year, this year, and what Ohio State has been doing, these 2027, 2028 games are looking like they're gonna be something serious with NFL dudes
crazy, right?
Everywhere, bro. Like, I think it's gonna be even better than like the 06 game. And that was full of NFL dudes on both sides. I think it's gonna be ridiculous. These upcoming
It's gonna look like those Johnny. Gonna look like those LSU Alabama games in the mid 2000s, where there was just a bunch of NFL talent on both sides.
Facts.
Yeah, I mean, I will say, I think with the class that we have coming in, the class we have right now, I think Michigan's definitely due to see a lot of top picks coming out of the college game in the future. I don't think we're going to see a lot of those low end guys that we've seen in the previous season. We had six go in the top rounds, and then a couple go in the later ones. I think moving forward, we're going to see a lot of top draft picks come out of our institution.
Yeah,
no doubt. AD has joined the chat. What's good, AD?
Oh, what's good, family? Man,
Not
shout out here,
much, man.
fucking Jeremiah Smith, man, dude. I like to see two things on that guy. First of all, man, the game's in the big house this year, so the offensive pass interference he commits on pretty much every play, he's actually getting called for that this year. And
he's gonna definitely have a bad time.
Yeah, I'd like to see how much guarantees he has when he takes 2 or 3 hits from Brandon Hillman. Let's see how he likes that shit. So,
by the way,
about him.
I like that. By the way, and you're speaking facts. By the way, Brandon Hillman, my favorite player on the team, and I can't wait to see him get out there, spread his wings a little more this year. Taking it around, though, gentlemen, it doesn't stop here with Julian Walker, right? Like yesterday, Andre Clark was added to the class. I think the day before that, we got obviously Carter Meadows added to the class. I believe Carter Meadows is the highest rated recruit we have right now.
Before he committed to Michigan, he was a 5-star, and then he then he committed, and he's a 4-star now.
Yeah. Bro, that's happened to Michigan since I've been watching. I'm not the biggest. I know Juju's big on recruiting and other dudes. I'm here. I'm like a casual when it comes to the recruiting, but
yeah, I'm with you there.
I remember when I was on Twitter, that shit used to happen a lot. Anytime we got a high 4-star, now he's a 3-star. Like, come on, bro, since when? But it don't matter, man, because at the end of the day, you could be a 12-star. If you when you get on that field and you ain't a dog, bro, then it don't matter. It don't matter.
It's crazy.
I mean, hell, you could be a 1-star, but have the hidden talent of a 5, and you'd still stay on the field over a 5 who's got the talent of a 1.
We saw Sawyer and JT. They play like 3-stars their whole life, and always shoot. Then, I'm just keeping it real. And then they balled out. They balled out in the playoffs, and they one of the big reasons why OSU won the Natty was because of them. I give them that. But they never lived to their potential. Let's be real.
JTT lived off that Penn State game. What was that? 22 for like all of his career.
That boy was a Penn State assassin. I think he got him twice with real good games.
I think this year too he did all right against them this past season.
Bro,
hate to see him coming, boy.
Right. I think RJ Young jizzed in his pants in that game. How amazing, JT! He should be the Heisman winner. I'm like, yo, shut your dumb ass up, man. Groupie ass. Then he played Michigan, and he was a librarian. Why?
Dallas fan wants you to know that Notre Dame has receivers.
Oh my God.
They got one guy, Malachi Fields. He's 223 pounds, 6'4", 4.5 speed. College football is sleeping. I don't want to hear it as a surprise when games start. I mean, I guess.
Yo, y'all didn't hear. Y'all didn't hear.
Browder. Hey, we already got that.
You didn't hear what you didn't. You didn't hear Notre Dame is joining the conference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What conference is it?
The Chick-fil-A League. They're gonna play to nobody.
Crazy, that's basically what they're doing now, anyway.
Garrison also wants you to know that Jeremiah is 6'4", 225. Shout out to that.
We ain't never scared.
Sport Talk. Shout out to
Sir.
State Sport Talk.
Vince Sports, absolutely.
Yo, West Coast, I see what you did there.
Right. Shout out to Sherrod who just joined the chat. What's good, Sherrod?
Hey,
Yes, sir.
it was good. Yeah, can y'all hear me? Okay.
We can
Yeah, we hear you,
perfect.
champ.
Hey, man, I just wanted to come in and pay my homage to you guys. This is my first time on your show, Maze Man. I've been on Johnny's once before. Shout out, was good, Johnny. But I was on his show a couple months ago, and I just wanted to pay homage and my respect to y'all. You guys, what you guys do, you guys don't realize what you guys do for us, you know, as far as like, you know, regular people like us when we got a lot of stuff going on in our minds. And everyday life, you guys come on here, you gotta get together and y'all just talk football and just the brotherhood I really love, man. Especially you, Maze, man. You got just the poise that you have over the show, man. Just the football knowledge, and then you know your show growing and all the recruits that's coming on to your show and talking to you and all that stuff and all the players, man. That's dope, man. So you know I've been kind of hiding in the weeds watching your show. Every time you guys come on, I'm at work, so I don't have a chance to come in and say anything, but I just wanted to pay my homage to you, and then also the Maniac, you my guy, man. I actually got a buddy that reminds me of you, man, that I used to work with. He's also from the Bronx. His name is Ricky. The whole accent and everything, the Calamity and all that, man. So man, y'all, the Bronx, man, y'all produce some real ones, man. And
Appreciate you, my brother.
Oh yeah, and I just wanted to bring my shout out to you, and also Kinetic too. I see he's not in the chat, but him too, Juju, West Quad. Who else am I missing? The Don. I watch all you guys, man.
Right.
Appreciate it, bro.
I see what all you're doing. I've been a Michigan fan since 2000, man. So I've been through it all, man. The Rich Rod days, this last championship run in 2023. I've been to the big house. I went to the big house for the first time in 2016. So man, that day was probably one of the best days of my life, man. Besides my kids being born. So I'm a Michigan fan.
Which game did you go see?
I went to go see them play Colorado.
Oh, that was a goodie.
Yeah,
Jabril went crazy.
Yeah, man, that's when he returned that. When he made that punt return, I was at that end zone right at the end.
Oh,
there.
nice.
And they came in and they smacked us in the mouth that game. And I'm like, man, come on, man, not my first Michigan game, and y'all like playing like this. Come on, man. I think they was like up 21 something. And then they came back in the second half, but that day, man, that was amazing. So, yeah,
no doubt, man. Kinetic is in the chat somewhere. He says appreciate the shout out.
Yeah, for sure, man. I'm currently here in Muskegon, Michigan, home in the Big Mighty Big Reds. If you follow high school, man, and yeah, for sure. So let's go. But I'm looking forward to this season coming up with Bryce Underwood and all these great recruits coming up, man. I'm super excited what Sherrone Moore is doing this season. So I'm really looking forward to that and what they about to do. I'm thinking, playoffs or bust right now,
Facts.
Take on it, man. That's my honest take. If I would have said national championship, I would have been going a little too far, but I'm a realist too, so for sure.
No doubt. Hey, Sherrod, man, we appreciate that, man. I really appreciate that. I'm humbled. I know Johnny appreciates it. By the way, Johnny, 5,000 subscriber man now. Just hit 5K. Shout out to Johnny for that.
Grown.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. My brother Maniac, Lich Max, obviously he contributes to the channel as well. So we really appreciate that, man. And appreciate you coming up first time. I hope you come up more, my guy.
Oh yeah, you're gonna see me a lot more, man. I can talk football with the best, man. I talk Michigan football pretty much every day, especially my dad.
Man.
He's the main reason why I'm a fan as well. So all I gotta say is forget those Buckeyes, man. Those Bucknuts, can't stand them just as much as y'all don't stand them, man. We're about to get in their tail again for the 5th straight year. So let's go blue, and let's see what we do.
No
yes,
doubt.
sir.
Yes, sir. And shout out to Muskegon. I got family in Muskegon.
Oh yeah, for sure, man. This is Ski Town, baby. Small town but big town energy, man. And then, like I said, I follow high school too, so I can't wait to see what we about to do there. I'm also a Lions fan as well, so I just love football through and through, man. And I just love how y'all all just get together and talk, especially. And I wanted to go to the spring game too
Yeah.
to see all you guys. But
Hopefully
y'all,
next year, man. Next year, man. We're gonna make it a tradition. As most as we can. There might be some years some of us can't make it, but the goal is to do it every year. And just make it bigger and bigger. Shout to Juju was there. Juju was there. Came to the spring game.
I'm gonna try to be there next year.
Definitely got to be there. West Quiet, we got to get you up there too.
Hey, man,
West Quizzle.
Man.
No doubt.
Oh yeah, I would love to meet all you guys, man. But hey, I got to get back to work. But I just wanted to come here and pay my respects and say I'm a huge fan of all you guys. So blessings to all of you, man. I hope y'all guys be safe. Keep this going. I hope y'all guys continue to grow. You guys keep doing your thing. God bless, man. You guys will be seeing me more.
Yeah, bro. Don't be a stranger, champ. Don't be a stranger, man. We like that, especially new callers, man. We always looking for everyone's insight regarding Michigan or college football in general. And we got something coming for the fans of college football soon, but we ain't gonna announce that now, but soon we will.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. We appreciate you, Sherrone. Go Blue.
We'll go Blue. Peace out.
Yes, sir. Hey, man, that's crazy, man. That's humbling, man. Juju, you got fans all across the world.
Yo, Juju, why you look like you about to do a remix of the Backstreet Boys song right now?
Hey, look, don't sleep. Hey, look.
He about to be announcing the boys are back.
When I was young.
Yeah. Don't check. He gonna be like, go.
Hey, look, don't sleep, bro. I be at the club. Bro, go to the club. I'm trying to tell you.
You put that request in for the boys.
There's no love, man. You know how it is. Now, respect, though. I see you. You styling, champ. I see you. You're drippy. You're drippy like you just came out the shower. No towel, because you just gonna let that drip drip.
Juju sitting poolside? You sitting poolside?
I'm wearing these because I'm definitely off the liquor.
Yeah.
We knew that. I mean,
I've been doing good.
I knew that. That's one thing we did.
You see the hands? You saw the hands? I'm doing good. I'm not doing nothing, papi. I'm not doing nothing, papi.
Look, I'm on vacation till the 7th.
Do your thing, champ. You work hard. You take care of your child. You take care of your business, brother. You entitled to enjoy yourself. You ain't hurting nobody. You right here. That's love, brother. I like that. I like to see my brothers do that.
No doubt. Everyone on the panel, man. Hydrate with Henny, bro.
Marmar, cut a light on.
He froze.
Yeah, I don't know what's going on. Marmar, call back up, man.
Marmar's in the portal.
Oh.
Marmar's in the portal.
That boy was in the goon.
Hey, I do got something for the for us hitting 7K.
Yes, sir.
A while ago I said I'd do something if we hit 7K.
Oh, that's a fact. Yeah.
Yeah, shout to Lynch Max, man. He be working behind the scenes, bro. He be putting fire together, man. Shout to Lynch Max, man. We do appreciate the work you put in for the team, man. It's crucial.
I do the best I can. So I said a while ago, if we hit 7K, since y'all seem to like that jam I made for the opening of BlueTube, I post it in a open Discord channel. So keep an eye out for that after the show.
Yes, sir. There you have it.
Let me ask the panel.
Discord, join. Go ahead.
Real quick. As of right now, if we don't pick up another D lineman, would you consider this the greatest Michigan defensive line recruiting class in history?
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Okay. All right. That's what I like to hear. That's what I want to hear.
Without another one?
Yeah, without another one.
Actually,
the greatest.
We get deuces.
We get deuces over, bro.
Yeah. I don't know if I would call it because of where we're ranked right now.
In Michigan history or college football?
No. College. I mean, Michigan history. Excuse me, not in
Michigan history.
Michigan.
Yeah. I mean, up until this point, I'd be inclined to agree with you, but I still think we got room to improve.
Okay, that's good. Listen, I ain't complaining. We get more. You gotta be greedy. You gotta be greedy. Recruiting program that recruits at an elite level is a greedy, and that's good.
Shit.
I remember I said it. I remember OSU, they had like 3 5-stars in their quarterback room. Now we know all 3 ain't gonna stay there, but that doesn't stop you from recruiting that talent. You have to do that.
Yeah.
You have
Now, one thing I would love to see, just because of how much Dallas fan goes off about Notre Dame recruiting, I want to see us steal a recruit from them.
No doubt.
I don't think people understand how hard that shit is to walk into an area in South Carolina, like, and do what Lou did.
Yeah.
Like, that is beyond me. Obviously, him and Carter Meadows is a cream of the crop for me.
Yeah.
But I just don't understand. I don't think many people understand. Like, no one recruited this kid because everyone thought he was a lock.
Right.
Yeah. I get that. Sure.
And remember, and South Carolina, as of now, looks like a program that's trending upward opposed to down. So that's why it's also a big gap, because it's not like, oh, they the bottom feeders of the SEC. No, in fact, a lot of people expecting them to have a big season this year. So, you know, that's definitely a huge win for Michigan and Lou Esposito. The only thing that's scary is, you know, once his contract is over, other programs, yo, Lou, we better pay that man. We better pay that man.
And
definitely got to get him his money.
I will say, I will give Connecticut props, because he's been one of the ones that's been out here saying that we're probably going to get him if we recruit him.
Yeah. So in terms of this question right here, Gage Hickson, we did pick up Markel Dabney recently. He's a linebacker, and also still out there. I think set to make a decision sometime this month is Nick Abrams. We might be on the outside of that one though, but Juju
Ojo. Realistically, what's our chances with Ojo?
Texas.
All right, 0. I had a feeling. All right, I just wanted to make. That's why I wasn't.
If it's not Texas. It's Ohio State. It's not Texas.
Either way, they can take him. They can have him after his performance at that.
Yeah.
No disrespect.
I'm good. I'm good at tackle, bro. I'm good.
Yeah. We can't have that. We can't have that imagery in A2. So shout out to that.
Look, I also want to. God, I'm glad you brought the linebacker stuff up, because with new information comes new opinions.
Okay.
And I want to give Coach BJ some slack, because some stuff that I found out, you know, he isn't exactly operating with the best resources right now. So.
Oh, really?
I want to give him a little bit of slack here.
Is that because they're being allocated to other like positions? I see. That makes sense then. Yeah,
Which is why you see the push for a certain someone in the secondary.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Oh, for the Benjamin kid. That's amazing. And by the way, I heard some things that Oregon is terrified of the offer that we made or could make.
Yeah, I mean, you've seen it in the chat that we're in.
Yeah.
I mean, we got different. It's like a source off right now, like between organizations, and both are pretty confident. So we'll see where it goes.
That's crazy.
Does he have a commit date?
August 2nd.
Yep. And Donovan Webb tomorrow, right?
Yeah, he's Texas Tech.
Texas Tech is nasty work, bro.
And you can imagine why. Look, we're in a world right now where we are turning 4 stars away. So.
Yeah, that's crazy. So there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, fireworks on Fireworks Day. Independence Day brings fireworks, and my guy Travis Johnson, 4-star wide receiver out of Chesapeake, Virginia, is set to make a decision on that day. We interviewed his mother right here on the channel. A very nice lady. She spoke glowingly of the Wolverines, and in fact, if this was a couple months ago, she would have committed to the Wolverines, right? So, I feel good about that one. Go ahead.
On top of that, man, when you also look at the recruiting, right, that Michigan is on, you know, behind that, you know, Michigan is Santa Claus. We've been Santa Claus and we giving out that bag, that Santa Claus bag. We're coming behind that and say, listen, here. Remember when we couldn't do it illegally like most schools were doing? And don't get me wrong, I'm pretty sure Michigan was paying players, right, West Quad? But we ain't going to get into that, right? Under that table. Right? Everybody, listen, look at Keyshawn.
You don't want to hear my opinions on that.
I know. Look, you heard Keyshawn. Keyshawn said in USC, my man Landell White from USC, he talking about, bro, all these players is getting paid. Let's cut the bullshit. And if they would have found out, all they wins should have been vacated. If we want to be bitches about it, but hey, let them get their money. To me, they deserved it.
Right.
Yes. Travis is next.
Yeah. This is Travis Johnson, by the way. Had himself a weekend this past weekend, OT7. 6'3", 185-pounder out of Oscar Smith High School in Chesapeake, Virginia. This is a guy I'm excited about. In fact, before Calvin Russell was being tossed around, before it became clear that we were in that picture, this was the guy I was most excited about at the wide receiver position. All due respect to head tapping JP and Zion Robinson, but I've been following this guy for a few years now, and he is him. So, Drew, what you got
on Travis?
Yeah,
big time. I mean, I look at all the wide receivers, and like I watched the film a lot, and I think of the wide receivers we're on the board for, he's the most polished right now.
Yeah,
like he's the most ready right now, in my opinion. You got Zion, and you got someone else that I feel real good we're about to land. And he doesn't have the ceiling of those two, but his floor is higher, in my opinion. And he's great with his hands, bro. Pause, but he's good, and I'm glad that we're trending in the right direction for him.
Yeah,
and I think he's gonna play early.
Yeah, I believe so too. I agree with you on him being more polished right now than the other guys. Certainly a stud though in his own right, and no disrespect to any of those other guys again, because I like Jalen Pyle. I think he's underrated, in fact, as a wide receiver.
And shout out to all of them, because they showed the hell out at OT7s.
Hell yeah. JP, him, and Calvin Russell did work at OT7.
And for anybody who is saying that Jalen Pyle is concerned about the speed, concerned about the competition, you shouldn't be. He's pulling away from D1 athletes at corner at OT7s.
Right.
No need to be concerned.
No need to be concerned. I see the Buckeyes here. The Buckeyes are concerned though.
They are. They know what time it is.
And they
know what
be.
time it is.
They should be.
And they have to, and I'm gonna tell you why. Not in the sense of they always gonna recruit at an elite level. That doesn't bother them. What bothers them is that Michigan is recruiting on an elite level, knowing they've been getting cooked with, good. Not saying that neither we've been having bum teams. We've been having good, very good talent, but now we're trending towards that elite. Those Georgia classes, those early Clemson classes where, Dabo was getting them T. Higgins and the Watsons and the Trevor Lawrences and, all these dogs he was getting. And, what's my man? I just mentioned them. Kirby, listen. I think, a lot of people feel that Alabama's done. I don't think they're done, man. I think that the ball, Blueprint, shout to you, champ.
Yes,
the ball is far from done, man. I think he's a very good coach. Now, by it, he's in an elite conference, the SEC and the Big Ten is hands down. Conference A, Conference B, however you want it. Right now, the Big Ten, you got to give it to them because the Natties came from the Big Ten the last 2 seasons. On top of that, it came from the biggest rival in college sports. So that says a lot, and hopefully, it's Penn State. Can Penn State do a 3-peat for the Big Ten? Now, by it, I do not root for the Big Ten. I'm not a conference cheerer. When the postseason come, is F every team not named Michigan, for the record. Now, again, I know there's a lot of Michigan fans that root for the Big Ten during bowl season, and shout to you for that, but not me.
Yeah.
So I will say this for getting Travis here.
Yeah.
It's gonna be very imperative, especially with the new playoff format, that we get game ready receivers out of the recruitment, because you never know like how deep we're gonna have to go in our receiver room when it comes to the playoffs to keep everyone from wearing down over the course of the playoff season. Because I mean, with the expanded playoff, we're going to be playing more. We're going to be playing a lot longer with more teams that we have to go through to get there. So I mean, having a deeper, being able to get everyone on the field throughout the playoffs is going to be more imperative, and having everyone ready to hit the field when it comes to the playoff time is going to be extremely important. So finding these talents that are game day ready but still need some development is going to be very crucial when it comes to the recruiting moving forward. I believe.
Yeah,
that's a fact, because just in recent history, for sure, the depth that Georgia had with their 2 titles, the depth that Michigan had, the depth that Ohio State had last year on the D line with JTT and then Kenyatta and Jack Sawyer and all them boys. You got to have it, even when it was the 4 team. You have to have that depth, because you're going to wear out that offensive line. Instead of the offensive line wearing you out, you wearing them out now. So it flips it.
Fact. No, definitely.
Shout out to BPJ. He says, I heard we might not be done on that defensive line. Jay is tapped in himself, so he knows a thing or two, and that is a fact.
Jay, we got to link up with you at a spring game, champ. I know you go to them.
Yes, sir.
I ain't gonna front. I had a lot of fun at the spring game,
bro. It was it was a great experience. Obviously, my second time being to the big house, but you know, seeing that this was just literally just Michigan fans, and we did, man. You know, shout to TJ, shout to John Diadamo, shout to DK. We didn't see Marmar. Who else I'm missing, guys? We saw a lot of people out there. Of course. Oh, yeah, of course. Kinetic. Damn. My brother Kinetic. We stood in the same house. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, you guys also saw Wink for a moment there.
Yeah, and what's his name? Michael
Wink Martindale.
Oh, Mike Legend. Mike Legend.
Yeah.
Mike Legend.
Of course.
Shout out to him.
Yes. JG.
Baseball game. That was dope
JG
too.
King. Absolutely. Hey, shout out to G Boulder.
G Boulder. Yes, sir.
G was out there. Shout out to G, man.
I also heard y'all had a small run-in with Wink Martindale.
Yo. Yeah, he wanted to Lynch Max, he wanted to take a picture with me. I said, listen, the only way you could take a picture with me if you take a picture with my guys. He said, absolutely. So that's how that picture came about.
Hey, you should also try to talk him into coming on too.
Nah.
Hey, we should have. We will.
But you know what it was, Lynch Max, that, you know, this is why I like the team. We understood the situation we were at. You know, he wasn't really on that time. It's like, you could tell he probably ate a nice 16-ounce ribeye. You know, he just like, you know, I know Johnny, though. I know Johnny on the side. Him and Wink, they had, I don't know what happened. He gave Johnny a check. He said, yo, here, because you call me Winky. He said, you call me Winky.
Yeah, Wink was trying to leave. I pulled him to the side. I said, what you did with that defense the second half of the year, that was masterful. I like to call it the you get nothing defense. And then he gave me I said, yes.
Yes, sir.
Yes. Speaking of which, we also Big Timmy was there too at the spring game.
Big Tim was there with his buffs on and everything.
Yeah, he had his dunks. Yeah, his dunks on. Yo, but Timmy had the drippy drip.
I'm about to get a pair of the yellow.
Yeah,
and George was nice. Nah, it was good. What was that burger spot we went to in Ann Arbor, Maze and Johnny? By the way, Johnny paid for us that day. Thank you.
We all went to the Brown Jug.
We went to the brown jug. We went to the brown.
The brown jug. There you go, bro. We saw May Strayhorn. We saw
the tackle.
Strayhorn.
The tackle, the 5-star.
Him, no, but and Strayhorn, we saw them like yo.
Babalola. We saw Babalola. That's
Babalola.
And I was like, yo, is that who I think it is? You know,
bro, we saw a lot of players walking from there.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know where they were coming from, but
that's a fact. Here we go. Kinetic says best part of the copium was where Garrison tried to say OSU doesn't need Edge because their room is stacked and Michigan is desperate. But you look at the past couple cycles recruiting, and the lie detector said
that was a lie.
Hey,
put it.
Do the video. Yeah, do the video. J.O.J.
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
I mean, you really only have to look at last year's game to know that like their edge game isn't on point.
Look at Big Tim.
Let's get Tim in here.
Where's the call-in link? We got to get Tim the link.
And Laurent Peoples. Too, Laurent Peoples. I see him in the chat. He said we met him too. He's a cool dude.
Yep. Shout out to Laurent. He
was cool
for some years.
Yeah. Laurent is good peoples, man. Shout to him.
Laurent Good Peoples.
Laurent Good Peoples. I like that.
Shout out to that. Real quick, we do see the Buckeye fans in here. We know that y'all here because you panicking a little bit.
But shout to them, man, because they avid supporters, man. You know, Ron Tarver, Richie Dub, even Garrison, man. I know a lot of people think, you know, but shout to him as well.
You see Garrison on this, no,
he's
never been the case, by the way. He's never felt like he's going to beat Garrison up or nothing.
We should actually try to get a better help sponsorship, so when we win this year, we can give them a discount code.
Hey, that's a fact.
He's just filling you out. It's good. He panicking.
Saw the Buckeye fans in the chat right now.
Hey Maze, could you pull up Ice J's comment? Ice J one comment.
Yeah, we can pull up any comments you like, sir. Here we go. Jeremiah Smith making promises. What you think about that? We spoke about this a little earlier, actually. You know, it's what he's supposed to do, but at the same time, he's wrong.
And he a wide receiver, bro. It's hard for a wide receiver to back up saying something. Exactly. Because the way the coverages are they going to force feed you? You know what I'm saying? You're relying on the quarterback. The D-line might be destroying your offensive line. You over there mad, frustrated that you can't get the ball.
And even if he get off, right, he can go for 200 and they can still
lose.
Yeah. I'll take it.
Right.
I take
it. JJ did talk that stuff and he backed it all the way up.
Yeah, he did.
They backed the Brinks truck up because he was cooking. Backed it all up.
Yeah, when
JJ dropping facts here.
Yeah, I ain't forget about Nate Marshall. Nate Marshall's on my list.
Yes, and I'm glad Blueprint brought him up. First of all, I've been on record mentioning Dominic Nichols. I've been a big fan of his. I think he's going to have a big season. And, you know, Nate Marshall, he wasn't even on campus yet during the spring game. So he'll be in for the fall. You know, I don't know how quick he's going to learn the wing, but hopefully the New Mexico game is over by halftime and we see all these young pups eat.
Except Bryce.
No, Bryce is going. No, I want Bryce with his shoulder pads off at the third quarter. I want him just there, just drinking Gatorade. Like, let Mikey King get some reps because we got to get ready for Oklahoma week numero dos.
You right. Hey, you right about that last part, which is why I need Bryce in the fourth quarter a little bit. I need to get all them reps.
He need all
them reps.
Yo, DK, no doubt, man. Listen, I went to Chicago one time. But that's for a late night one. That's another. Why you called it last night, man? Why we called it?
Triple M After Dark.
Triple M After Dark. That's for another Triple M After Dark.
Right. And midnight with Johnny Hour. You hear me?
I mean, the only good
Midnight
times.
with J.O.J. Hey, you tuned into the quiet storm with J.O.J. You know what I'm saying?
Quiet
You can
storm is
unwind here.
crazy. That's a
The only time.
that shirt fire, Tim.
Hey, bro. Hey, mama. There's too many dudes in for a quiet storm.
Hold on,
I see
Tim.
9 dudes up here.
Tim,
Yeah.
you got. Hold on, Tim.
Quiet storm.
Tim, you got the
It
do-rag
is a
on?
quiet storm over here.
Hey, look at that joint.
Tim, what's that on your head?
Oh,
you.
and he got
Yo, hold
wave
on.
game.
Let me get my surfboard, because them waves are waving. Let me get my surfboard.
Clean with it. And he's using a Diane brush to get them waves right. That's a Detroit thing.
Yo, Tim.
I'm not using a Diane brush.
What you using? What you using?
Oh,
he about to hit me to the new brushes.
Don't get my belly Tim started.
Hey, what kind of brush you using? Okay.
It come in a Samsung. It come in a Samsung box.
That's clean.
Yo, it's exclusive.
Hey,
Yo, that's a smart. Yo, you heard me? That's a smart brush.
Hey, AI edition brush.
Damn, don't do no way. Timmy.
Timmy.
Yo, Johnny said he got the
JJ Smith. I'm about to cut my dreads and get in the way back in the wave game.
Timmy.
They don't know what they're saying about our edges. I explained it in a Michigan space.
Tell JJ Smith, if you hear this, when Saturday comes, you might regret the words that came out of your mouth today.
Period.
Tell him, Timmy. You tell him.
When we beat you back to back, you're going to regret copying Donovan Edwards.
Period. Tim
Congratulations, you played yourself.
Oh, yeah, Timmy.
Shout out to Tim.
Timmy has spoke again, man. Shout them out. Yo, Timmy, how many girlfriends you got, man?
Oh my God.
None.
Nah, you a 5-star player. Come on, man. You gotta step your game up.
Hey, they're called groupies, not girlfriends.
Okay, Lynch Max, you're right.
Troy said he's seasick.
Damn, Timmy. Damn.
Seasick.
Timbo Slice is crazy.
Thanks. I like that one. I like that one.
That's what's up, man. Hey, look, what time does Michigan Voice of College Football start?
This proves that.
Which means we good.
What time do our award?
We good. We could cook for a little more, man.
Yeah.
Look,
hey, what time do our war zone session start? You feel
my
me?
God.
Yo, Mama, they said, yo, don't be power driver and 10-year-olds, man, in the chat, man.
Hey, Maniac. Hey, Maniac. Hold on, Maniac. These kids on demon time today. They ain't like how we were doing.
You right.
Yeah, they on demon time, boy.
I done heard, bro. I remember my boy. I went to his house. His nephew, he had Xbox, and they there. And we like in the living room, and they in the room, bro. All I hear is SMD. Your mother. I say, yo, that's your nephew. he like 11 years old, talking like, yo, bro. These kids online. So I get what you say,
Mama.
Yeah.
Hey, Johnny, what he going in?
It still ain't nothing compared to Modern Warfare 2 lobbies back in the day.
Talking that good stuff.
Oh yeah. I will say this. The Xbox Live used to be a crazy place. It's way tamer than it was.
Back in the day, it was the churches.
Right. Well, they ban you now if you get 2 out of line.
Yeah, exactly.
2 out of line.
Maniac. Maniac.
Hear that?
So now I'm stepdaddy.
He narrowed down.
Now I'm stepdaddy to the little homie.
Hit 3 schools and he dropped Ohio State. They got dropped. Ohio State. They got dropped.
Who did?
Ohio State, but he kept us.
Oh, you talking about Calvin,
school, but not Ohio State.
You talking about Calvin? You talking about Calvin Russell?
Yeah.
Garrison said he playing tonight. We gonna pick you up. We're gonna pick you up. See what you got.
All right.
Hey, you better not hold us back either.
And Karasu, he dropped Karasu too. So
he
And
rocks
you better
Ohio
move
State.
with the
It's bound to
circle like
happen.
we
how
do.
can he play basketball and football? How that's going to work?
That's a good question, Tim. I know he's been recruited by both Dusty May and Sherrone Moore. And we know that there's some overlap with the basketball season and the football season. So that's an interesting question, especially, as the football season gets deeper, gets, wanes, they make a playoff run, what happens then? But I think the decision is really easy at that point. If they make a playoff run, you got to suit up for the football team in the playoffs.
For sure. No doubt about that.
We've seen players in the past. It's been a while. I remember North Carolina, they had 2 players.
Right. How's he going to help him with his football skills? So every time his teammate is passing him the ball on the basketball court, is that supposed to help him to help him catch the football better?
I mean, not necessarily. It's some things that cross over between both sports.
Footwork, hand-eye coordination.
Right, exactly.
Like
yeah.
Yo, Maniac, them 2 players, Ronald Curry and Julius Peppers.
There you go. Ronald Curry and Julius Peppers.
Before that, Charlie Ward played.
Charlie Ward. So he was the first player I've watched because he was in the early 90s that played both sports. He played with Sam Cassell, hands down the ugliest player in history. Him and Tyrone Hill, man, oh man.
Interior and a 5-star edge to get Garrison. How does it feel to miss? Should they fire Larry Johnson now since he can't recruit 5-star edges no more?
I said Carter Meadows was going to Michigan 2 months ago, so I wasn't surprised by that. Do I think we should fire Larry Johnson? They're not going to fire Larry Johnson. So
Garrison, you fired.
And by the way, Maze, you said I better not hold you guys back, brother. Did you not get a photo today I sent to you?
I saw that.
Come on now. Come on now.
He is the one with military training. I will say that.
That's a fact.
So
I
told
him people can't underestimate Garrison either. He does have military background. All of that, right?
And the funny part, Maze, those 8 kills was slight work. That 3,400 damage was slight work.
Hey, bro, we played with a 10-year-old that was bodying that 8 kills. You hear me?
That's because he was a player.
It's true.
I mean, they were all himself going down.
But but when me, Maze, and JOJ playing, we move methodically though. You know what I'm saying? We play smart. We get all the victories.
That's the only way to play. That's the only way to play. So Maze,
we get 5, 7, 8 in a row. It ain't like LeBron 1, 2, 3.
No, Maze, man. So I heard you said earlier because I heard you say it was like it was like a second and a half, but you mentioned what I said about the edge rushers.
Right.
So I did because I talked to Juju that day, and I called because I went into a Michigan space. So it wasn't necessarily about you guys, and I got to explain it more thoroughly because I wasn't about to do that through a tweet. But what I was saying was that it's not that you guys didn't have talent in your room, right? That wasn't what I was saying. Because right now, I would say if you took both rooms, I wouldn't say either room is deep because I don't know what the depth is, right? Because a lot of guys are improving, and for us, like Caden Curry is a senior. We're more than likely going to bring back Bo Atkinson and Kenyatta the following year in 2026. I think a lot of people got lost in that year I was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Whereas
they also could transfer, so
that's
that's not.
Tim, tired of you, Gary.
That's not gonna happen. So they're both gonna be the stars this year. They're not gonna transfer. So there's that. And I was saying most of your defensive edge room is made up of redshirt freshmen and freshmen. So going to 2026, and I wasn't saying that the main point was that Carter Meadows going to Michigan because he's gonna be right there with them. And outside of maybe two of them, I know for sure he's not just outright more talented than one of your young defensive ends. But he's probably more talented than everybody else. So there's probably a chance because you guys rotate, he'll have a better chance of playing, which I did say in that post. I did say that. So that's all I was saying. I wasn't talking about the talent in your edge room.
Outside of Nate Marshall and Julian Walker in this class, he's probably gonna be the most talented in that edge room.
Nate Marshall and Julian Walker. You don't think he's more talented than Julian Walker?
And Idape. Who? Carter Meadows?
Yeah.
Carter Meadows is more talented than Julian Walker, but Julian Walker is more college ready right now.
Yeah, I agree with that too.
And I showed Juju this. A Penn State fan said Carter Meadows is overrated. I can't get behind that. I can't get behind that. And I love pushing narratives, but I couldn't do that one.
It's all right. Listen.
I'd be mad too if I didn't get him.
We've heard from the
he needs to do to be right ahead. USC. What do he needs to do?
Get like 80 more recruits. They got like 48 recruits over there.
Hey, look, honestly, and we keep rising. Look, we're like I think 8th right now, and we have a 91 average, and we still have all of our big hitters on the board besides Carter Meadows.
Yes, sir.
So we've heard from all the Michigan fans about the message that Jeremiah Smith put out, and I think we all know where your stance is on it. But what are your thoughts on Jeremiah Smith's message to Michigan?
Trash.
He wishing death, and he will regret.
Sorry about that. No, first off, Wes Quad, your response to this topic was hilarious. But I don't expect anything less from you, brother. I like it. I don't expect anything less from you. But no, I'm happy you said that. That's what you want to hear. Also, I mean, Jeremiah is naturally a quiet person, but like he's naturally a very quiet person. But I do think he understands that where he is at Ohio State, and like I mean, he's the one going to Big Ten Media Days. He's going. So
do you know what?
I think that
playing the big house.
No, but I think that. But I mean, look, man, I'm happy he said that. I'm happy he feels that way. You know, he's too. I mean, outside of a Biletnikoff and a Heisman, there's nothing else in a Big Ten championship. That's something that's next on the list. He's won the national championship already. Next on the list is do that. So
the players,
that's what I love it, bro.
Make the rivalry great again, bro.
And again, like, I thought it was funny.
You're right, Juju. I feel you.
They're not in their winning streak.
But I do think it's fun. I do think it's funny. All the Wolverine fans want to say something about when Hudson did the same thing.
Right now, he telling everybody
like it.
But we weren't beating y'all at that time.
JJ Smith will comment. We going to prove that we're better.
Marmar, that's the exact same point.
Without the coaches knowing about.
No, I'm talking about y'all went on an 8-game streak. We only been on a 4-game streak. So that means every year a Buckeye talking shit, talking about we're gonna beat the team up. Jack Sawyer did it last year. Jeremiah Smith doing it this year. I don't know who did it in 2022 because
you know what? Marmar brings up a great point.
Hey, look,
Marmar brings up a great point. You know, it took 8 years. That's when you guys decide. Like that's when he said it. I get it. We're saying it after 4. Marmar, that just shows that our programs have different expectations.
No.
He done set you up, Mars.
Hey, Richie.
He set me up
in the chat.
He set me up.
No. Hold on. Quarterback because I don't want to go anywhere with this conversation. Y'all didn't say it after 4. Denzel fucking Burke said it after 3.
Yeah, and got cooked by Roman Wilson.
No, but Juju, that's my point. That's my point, Juju. Our programs have different expectations.
No. So let me ask this: was Denzel Burke a bum or a super bum? Which one? Because he was one of them.
I think
that dude was trapped. Yo, bro, I've never seen OSU fans hype up a bum ass corner like him. All I've seen him is get cooked. He got more highlights getting cooked than doing good things, and that's not even me trolling. Those are facts.
he's just I mean, he's a very inconsistent player. I mean, he was a freshman All-American, and sophomore year he was bad. Junior year he was good again. Last year he wasn't. He was just, I would say, mediocre. I mean, he
Bro, name me one game he made an impact against an elite receiver. Dunkin' Donut, none, zero. Ain't nobody worry about that.
I never said he was good. I think
I'm just saying, because he was an All-American as a freshman. That's Ohio State bias, because he didn't do shit his freshman year.
In that same freshman
wait, he did. He started at he started as a true freshman and balled out that season.
Hold on, you gotta let him finish a point, Tim.
No, he started as a true freshman and he balled out that year. He didn't get better after that. Was his best year ever was his freshman year, so that he deserved to be a freshman All-American. He deserved.
Yeah, right. He deserved to whatever. He was a bump. That's it.
We ain't forget him wearing 29, getting burnt by CJ. We ain't forget.
Bro, everybody cooked him. Bro, Juju, Denzel Burke, his whole career, they treated him like a Diddy party. Denzel Burke got treated like a Diddy party.
Let me ask a question. Does it? Wait. Yeah, hold. Yeah, Tim, I do. 1 second. We all think Elijah Surratt is a elite receiver, right?
Who?
Elijah Surratt.
Yeah, he good.
Well, yeah, he locked him down. So when we ask, again, he's a very inconsistent player. Like, it's like bro, I think people forget after that Oregon game, we didn't give up a receiving touchdown into the playoffs. So like, it's not. I get what people like to say about it, bro. I get it's fun and dandy to say all that. At the end of the day, like the same thing when people talk about Iggy, they talk about. I think he led the nation with 14 pass interferences. That's 14 plays. Now talk about the rest of the hundreds of reps. So I get it, bro. But I mean, when you do it every time, they're not gonna call it every time. When a secondary doesn't give up a passing touchdown for 7-8 weeks, come on. Like,
no, you're right, but you definitely should have if our fucking quarterback didn't have a fucking noodle arm.
This is the thing though. With
I can't
with
believe
those
you threw that
dudes
shit right to
saying
Jack
that,
Sawyer, bro.
with those dudes saying that, like Denzel last year.
Denzel Burke. How do you guys usually like your Denzel Burke? I like mine with a little bit of butter, a little Land O'Lakes, a little jelly. I like my Denzel Burke not as burnt.
Bro,
that's
hilarious.
Working against the best, that little stutter step froze Denzel
Oh
Burke,
my
the
goodness.
best cover guy on this Ohio State defense. And you see
wait, are you glazing at Oregon right now, bro?
Oh my goodness. No, show Roman Wilson and show Johnson and 21 cooking Burke and Roman Wilson. We got plenty of our receivers doing him dirty. Denzel Burke was super cacadoodle. But he's a Buckeye, and that's what y'all do. Y'all hype all your players up. So y'all, they were all good. He was fucking trash. Iggy, when he's not giving out pass interferences, I give it to him. He's good. He's tough. He could cover, and he's aggressive. I like his aggression. I give him that. But Denzel Burke, ain't nobody telling me shit. He was trash. That's it. I never seen him make a tackle. I never seen him do nothing.
Wait. Denzel Burke has actually been one of the better tackling corners of like the last 2 years.
Wait, show me a highlight. Who tackling Central Michigan? Come on, man. What he did against Michigan, Oregon, the big games. I'm talking about where it matters, with the money games. We don't got no memories of him. Will Johnson do.
I agree.
Will Johnson do.
And I agree. You gotta do it in the big games. But even like last year, you guys learned too. You still gotta win the smaller games too, right?
Yeah, for sure. Shout out to them vocals. He says OSU fans always forget about the Cooper years.
Yeah. No, according to OSU, right? Because they keep saying 2000. We beat them in 2000. From 01 to 19, that's the history. From 2000 and down, we played with leather helmets. According, Charles Woodson wore leather helmet. Tom Brady, Drew Henson, they all wore leather helmets. So that's just OSU logic. It wasn't even a rivalry. It wasn't even a rivalry going into 2001. This shit was not a rivalry. All of a sudden, they got their run, and I was all, and Scum can't compete with us. Now we cooking them. Now that's it. History repeats itself. It's going back to the way it was.
Richie said Burke a great tackler, Maniac.
Yeah, he tackled nothing. He was tackling P. Diddy in the room with no baby oil.
How about somebody?
No
We're
baby.
not doing this.
Damn.
Look.
We're not doing it.
Hey, don't forget about TT, bro. TT watching.
So look.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry, Auntie.
You heard
Auntie,
about
I'm
the
sorry,
new
Auntie.
state law that says that Michigan and Michigan State can pay their players unlimited that money, but the deal the Big Ten said that you go by the state rule, you may have to you may have to play in another conference.
All right, let's talk about that. Let's talk about that for a second. Does anybody on the panel believe that the Big Ten would let Michigan, the University of Michigan, walk from the Big Ten because of something their state legislation passed?
Bro, they definitely need us, bro.
I think this conference. I think that's almost as crazy as when you guys were saying a year ago that you're going to leave the conference.
I said we were going to leave the conference.
We definitely could.
No, there was some talk about that when we were when people were talking about
we would definitely
if they suspend Jim, we leave it.
We would definitely just me though. That's crazy talk.
Look, we know the schools. We know the schools in the Big Ten. They don't need to be in the Big Ten. They could survive on their own. Michigan could survive on their own. Ohio State could survive. These are big brands, man. So, but you know, at the end of the day, it's a business. Big Ten ain't gonna want to lose one of their biggest, draws. Guys,
just like in the 22 season,
we the money maker.
Wait, bro, Ohio State wouldn't want to leave the conference.
Michigan, we both of us in the
money makers, bro.
The playoffs, and Ohio State, but they didn't make a whole bunch of money because they lost. Even though that Georgia won the Natty that same year, the numbers had came out. Even though that Michigan, they lost the TCU, they still made the most money.
Bro, we are more than good at money. Like our alumni is only behind probably Stanford. Bro.
I mean, honestly, I don't really care about how much either of these programs or universities make.
And if they did,
because that's not why I'm a fan.
Oh, they did. They did.
If you want to be real, bro.
Once before, and but then they came crying. But that was when the Big Ten was called the Midwest Conference a long time ago.
Yeah. Okay, Timmy, historian.
Yeah, they did
Timmy.
get out.
I'm cool. I'm cool on the money. Like I don't really care as long as we're not a poverty program. It's all good.
No, we definitely.
We lucky. A lot of teams are lucky.
Michigan will be straight either way. You kick us out the conference, Michigan's not gonna have a problem. Like this, it's nothing.
Just like that.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. So here's the thing about here's the thing if Michigan is kicked out of the conference rather than us leaving amicably.
Pull up Raph Wolf's comment.
It don't matter either way. Either way, Michigan is gonna be fine.
Bro, our this whole new house settlement and revenue sharing, this shit favors us. Bro, our market is good. Like we are good.
Yeah.
I think you guys are forgetting there's wait a second. I think in this conversation, I get why you guys would feel like Ohio State or like a Michigan would be fine if they were to separate from the Big Ten. I also think you guys understand how many billions of dollars both those athletic departments would lose in this. So that's why the conversation's so out of there, because it's not a logical thing. It's just not.
Right.
It's not gonna happen, bro.
This is my thing.
The University of Michigan will be fine, bro.
If it was to happen, that's just opportunity. You think other teams? You think other conferences aren't going to try to get Michigan or Michigan's not going to be independent? And hold on, Michigan's not. Hold on. Michigan's not going to be independent like Notre Dame.
Hold on, Timmy. Hold on. Let Johnny finish.
For somebody else. You think somebody's not waiting for Michigan to leave to give them a boatload of money to show all of their games, to have their games? Like, come on, bro. This is.
Bro.
What
If
we
no,
talking
Notre
I think
Dame's
I
doing it,
will.
if
All
our
right,
people,
so
we good.
again, like I understand this, but so like let's talk about Notre Dame. I think it's something that gets lost is that Notre Dame pays outside of football to be in another conference.
They're not done
Like,
yet,
and
though.
that's why I'm saying like that's what I'm saying like money wise, it's not a smart decision. Like Notre Dame doesn't make the money that our two programs make. It's because on a normal scale, bro, it's just yeah, you can do that. Yeah, you're gonna get that NBC money. Guess what, everybody? NBC's with the Big Ten now too. So it's just not a.
Yep.
It's just
You
not
know how
smart.
many TV networks there are, Garrison? Come on.
Yeah,
Right.
but the Big Ten can only use 3 of them.
I don't disagree that like
We wouldn't be in the
you
Big
would
Ten.
definitely
Though.
be paying in, right? You would be paying in, but
What you
I'm just
gonna-
saying like we just teams like us, we would be obviously we would
Whoever's
be
in
paying, but
charge
we
of the
would be
Big Ten
fine.
Conference, I bet
Obviously,
you
wouldn't be
this,
making as much money.
they will
But
never sell us to the SEC. They will never do that.
I mean, I guess.
Yeah. So one of the things that a lot of people aren't really considering when it comes to like the big Michigan being kicked out of the Big Ten or leaving the Big Ten is if we are kicked out in a non-amicable manner, we get blacklisted from a lot of the Big Ten games. So we won't even schedule with Ohio State. We won't be able to schedule with Michigan State. Those games are gone. We'll have to find new rivalries
oh
to
no, we
match up
good.
with.
We
They'll
cannot
be
schedule Michigan
happy.
State.
Lynch Max, they'll be happy.
We
Oh,
They'll
oh
be
yeah, oh
happy.
yeah, I know. Oh yeah, I know.
No,
Like those teams would be very happy not
that's
to
going
see
to
us because
mess
we are
up the
such
rivalry.
a hindrance to their programs. But what I'm saying is
No
that's a
doubt.
huge draw. That's a huge income draw for both programs.
Like,
Face
look,
that rivalry.
bring
So
back
that's going to
Notre
be a huge
Dame
hit.
and get Michigan State the fuck off my schedule because they do nothing for us.
I mean, they don't really do much for us either. They don't really do much for us either, except
we
for
are
a stepping
holding them
stone to the
up.
game.
No doubt.
They're just a stepping stone to the game.
Here's the thing. Ralph Wolf brings up a good point here.
They could make
OSU. Hold on, Tim. Hold on, Tim.
A secret contract.
Tim, wait a minute. We're gonna give you a point. We're gonna give you a chance to talk. Ralph says OSU went 14-1 in the 2000s, 7-1 in the 60s. The rest of the series, Michigan is up 60-29 with 6 ties. The 14-1 really skews the numbers. What do you think? What do you think about that?
Those are facts. And this is not, you can argue, they can say what they want. These are facts. And like I said, I'm an 80s baby. So, before, because this is what they do. This is what OSU fans do. Once you bring up but how many you seen in your lifetime? What's your record in your lifetime? Well, like I said, in the 90s, the only game I didn't see in real time was in 1990. 91 and up. And we were clotheslining these dudes, man. This shit was easy work.
You're right.
And they finally got it together. And then on top of that, we really went down a hole. When Rick Draw, the whole program, again, that's not OSU's fault. Not OSU's fault, but they benefited off that. It's not like how they just had one bad year and then they got Urban Meyer. And then, they got one of the best coaches of all time. So, that's going to help. But now that Michigan is back and doing what they're doing, bro, the series is going to be back and forth, bro. I don't think no one is going to win 8 in a row. Again, I don't see that.
Bro, the talent gap is
and going off of what we were talking about before, the comments about winning, we're guaranteeing wins.
Mm-hmm.
That puts pressure on you. And for Ohio State, the pressure is already at a max. I know some Ohio State fans. I'm not sure if Garrison feels this way, but I know some Ohio State fans feel like the pressure came off of Ryan Day by winning the Natty.
No.
On the national level, it came off.
Yes.
With the rivalry, that pressure still right there waiting on you.
That shit is a championship
all the
game.
Players, they got that pressure too. So you can talk, but you're just making that pressure bigger. Will you rise to it or will you not? You know what I'm saying? Some dudes talk that stuff and they rise to the occasion.
To a maniac's point about the what do you say? About the whole scene shit. Like, bro, you think history gives a fuck how old you are? Like, are we leaving this out? You think history, you think World War II and all that back there gives a fuck about you is not important? Because we didn't see this shit. I'll keep bringing it up. It is important. And I think people, if you disrespect that or disregard whatever win, I think it's disrespecting the rivalry.
Because that juju is their way of coping. It's their way because they just can't. They never want to sound inferior to Michigan, so they got to say stuff like that. But I don't care what they say. Those are the facts.
If I may say this, I will continue to say this. I respect history. That doesn't mean I need to care about wins that happened when Jim Crow was still in effect. When only white people could play. When women couldn't vote. Like I don't have to worry about like
we're going there.
I don't like again and also and wait, hold on one second and the thing and again as someone who loves the sport more than my own team, I do try to separate the fact like I do in any other sport and understand that the sport changed at a period in the late 1960s when USC went out to play Alabama and they came out with something new that Alabama hadn't seen, and they saw a bunch of black players and they thought they would win that game, and Alabama got smoked. And understanding that the game today is far what happened pre-World War II isn't even close to relevant to what happens today and how the game is played. So again, I can respect history. That doesn't mean I really need to care about it.
It doesn't, but see, that's the thing. You don't have to care about it, but you have to accept it. You have no choice.
I just said that. I just said
and
that.
on top of that, so Jim Crow was in the 90s. Jim Crow was in the 80s. I'm just saying,
I'm not talking about that.
And even in those times, so so those wins, so Garrison, those wins you had during those times don't count neither. Then, so let's take away your wins. I really have nothing.
Maniac. So Maniac. Just so you're aware, bro. Any championship that Ohio State has that isn't consensus, I don't talk about those championships. I'm very fair across the board. Across the board.
That's good for you.
I don't. You will never in your life see me preach about a win Ohio State got in the 1930s. Never will you see that.
My bad.
All right.
That's good. Jeez Louise. There's a comment about World War II. Look, I know you're German. I just use it as an example. I mean,
sometimes I wish we couldn't vote. Still, we wouldn't have to work either. Don't lie.
They had it good. They didn't even realize
it. It could be World War.
So they come out with 2 contracts.
Oh, damn
the first one, they turn it in to deal
They
with
fought.
the second one.
They fought to be tired.
Each player is getting paid more.
Hey, them women fought to be tired and get anguish. They fought all that.
Right.
The bottom line is Michigan. Listen,
I'm not defend nobody, bro.
Michigan owes Ohio State.
Hey, Steven said modern football started in 1970, which means
in 1968. That's when USC beat Alabama. A lot of historians count 1968 as the. I understand why you say 1970, and I wouldn't be like if he said 1970, I wouldn't be upset with that. Like 1970 isn't bad, but 1968 is the exact year.
The problem with that is people can do that. Once you start doing that, you can always do that. So I can say from 2020, well. The pandemic happened. It was a new world order. So I don't count that before then. I don't count it. It don't mean that much.
I didn't say I didn't count it. I said I respect it. I just don't really care about it because it's irrelevant to today's game.
Dom was here.
But I'm gonna always bring it up.
Where's Dom when you need him?
Where is Dom when I need him, bro? Fuck.
No, look, man. Look, the truth is the rivalry. Like I said, Michigan. That's little brother number 2. The only thing is they just been more successful than Michigan State. But there's no team, and right now, in the Big Ten, with the exception of USC, that has a winning record against Michigan. So. We just this is what we do. This is what we do.
Hey, bro, there's programs that don't have winning records against Cornell.
Good for them. But you know what? We played. How many times we played Ohio State, and we own them.
I'm gonna need this USC game this year, and I'm gonna need that Oregon game.
Do they even know that?
Facts, Jew. Go ahead,
Easy work.
Go ahead, Tim.
Do they even know that? When they play the Bobcats, they playing an in-state rival team. Are they aware of that?
No, yo,
What? What are you talking about,
the
Timmy?
Ohio Bobcats, man. The
only
Ohio
Ohio State.
Bobcats.
Oh,
The Ohio Bobcats, man, are one of the elite programs out there. And honestly,
they tough.
Ohio State is an underrated rivalry that I think people don't talk about enough. You know, I
That's
really
tough.
believe that
They're a tough team. The MAC, I like the MAC.
Ohio State, Ohio. That should be a primetime game every year. I really believe that.
Yeah, it's gonna be on Big Noon Kickoff. Big Noon.
I know.
Big Noon. Bro.
No,
I hope you can hear the sarcasm.
That should be prime time.
Yeah.
They got their night game. They got their night game.
Yeah. Only real teams get night games. You know, we starting the season back-to-back night games. You know, it just tells you, man, I'm sorry. It's good to be Michigan. That's what I'm saying.
Time, bro.
It's great to be a Michigan Wolverine. Hey, look, I want to clear the space.
They won't be satisfied because of both teams will not be ranked. That's why.
No doubt.
They looking for a night game with both teams. It's ranked number 10 or higher. That's the only night games they care about hosting at home.
No doubt. All right. So look, we gotta. I want to clear the space for my brothers over at Michigan Voice of College Football. It's their time to rock.
Head over there.
Before we get out of here, Tim, tell the people where they can find you.
Y'all can find me on YouTube. The name of my YouTube channel is called The Thunder Ratman, the Michigan Football Show. I currently have 154, and I'm on my way to 100. Everybody that is not subscribed, y'all really need to the subscribe. It's free. It don't cost you nothing. And once I get the 500 subscribers, I'm gonna have access to making members and super chats. But once I get $1,000, 1,000 subscribers, but that's when I'm gonna get money from YouTube. But the order to get money from y'all in the comments, I have to have 100. I have to have 500 subscribers, so it's free.
All right, Timmy. Yeah, make sure y'all
trying to get his
subscribe.
paper, man. And by the way, it don't cost you no paper to go subscribe to his channel. Go subscribe to his channel. It don't cost you no paper unless you's a hater. Shout out to Tim. Jew, what you got going on? What can the people find you, sir?
You can find me right there, right under this white little character right here. UM_JU_ on Twitter. You can get at me and always hydrate with Henny.
Yo, we gonna switch that to Henny Jew.
I also got this little bar now. That says it too.
Yes, sir.
You getting it, Timmy?
Very nice, man. Jew, this white person represents your favorite skill position players. So shout out to that. Johnny, where can the people find you?
Find me on YouTube, Johnny Olden Jr. Subscribe. I'm trying to. I just hit 5,000. Let's get to 6. Let's get 10. Let's get Big Tim to 1,000.
Yes, sir.
We both trying to get these chips. August, I'm gonna get monetized again. so it's going down. But you know, we got the Sunday call-in show. Saturday, I'm gonna find something to chop it up about, and then you never know when a car live is gonna pop up. I did one yesterday. It was pretty good. So Johnny Olden Jr. YouTube, Johnny Olden Jr. Twitter.
Yes, sir. Marmarski, where can the people find you? Do you want people to find you? I think he's lost. He's in the portal. He's in the portal. All right. Lich Max, what can the people find you?
You can find me at LichMax626 on Twitch and YouTube and on X. Also, you can find me over at the Gamer Sideline podcast. It's a podcast you can read in Connecticut where we talk sports, games, and everything in between. We have a couple things coming down the pipeline, so if you want to check that stuff out, make sure you head over there and subscribe as well.
No doubt. Hey, that logo look clean, Lich. I like it.
Oh yeah. I will be going
I
to
can't
Michigan
take
Adventures, so
I can't take full credit. I'm gonna give the credit to where it's due. ChatGPT.
Hey, they're real good. Shout out to that. Maniac, tell the people what you got going on, where they can find you.
Right there, man. Go blue _maniac _24 on Instagram. Make sure you holler at me. Now I'm starting to put out more content that the season's coming closer. Let's talk about it.
Facts. And of course, find me everywhere at Maze Madman. Until next time, you know the slogan, my friend. Stay angry, everybody.
I'm upset.
Ladies and gentlemen, this might be our best season ever. My ratings, they're about to go through the roof.
All right, now I'ma calm down. So I just don't get that all that mace and that lock. I just don't get it. And I don't